We are not outside. Because today it was like 100 degrees, so there was no way I was starting a fire at a pizza oven then when it's 100 degrees. So we're going to postpone any pizza oven to when it's probably October-ish. And the reason why is because it will be dark, and we'll have better with the lights set up. And it'll be cooler visually when you are facing into the pizza oven and seeing.
Cooler like the thongs.
Hey.
Okay. I like it.
Also, hey, let's just, it's me, Doug. Welcome to Side Dish. If you don't know what this show is about, it's
about chaos.
Yeah, and we're going to get to it. This recipe that we are doing tonight, though, I'm very excited about it. What's the matter with it?
Nothing.
Okay. You just had sort of
I'm just checking everything. I don't want to make any mistakes.
Awesome.
Andrea can hear us, so awesome.
And yay! So what we're going to do is we're making mushroom adobo. But why are we making mushroom adobo? And it's not just any mushroom adobo. So we started watching The Bear. Yes, we're behind. But we
are behind.
But we watched I watched the whole first season in about 3 days. Amy watched it. I'm not sure how long it took you.
Like a day.
Yeah, because
but it was before I went back to work,
true.
So I had lots of time on my hands.
I think I just love it. I think half hour is so good. They're tight episodes. They're really good. The plot moves along, but
there is also character development.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's just a great show.
They're doing a marvelous job.
Yeah, if you haven't watched The Bear, go watch it. Second, we watched the second season. I think we're 4 episodes in, so we're waiting to watch episode 5. We watched it together.
So don't give us any spoilers.
So don't give me any spoilers. But the episode with Sydney where she goes and tries all the foods, she goes to a place called Kasama. And at Kasama, she has this mushroom adobo. And she talks about how amazing it is. And we looked at it as it was being prepared and then she's eating it. And we're like, that looks unreal. Amy went online. She found that you can get Kasama's mushroom adobo recipe, which is what we're going to make tonight.
So, I love that Kasama is an actual place.
Yes.
So that mushroom adobo is an actual thing. And then I was like, we should make this.
Yes.
So we thought about it a little bit last night.
Yeah, just deep.
And then, pizza oven, mushroom adobo. And then we got the weather report this morning. 100 degrees outside. Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. Because
it would have been for great TV to watch you pass out.
Probably. By the time, it's probably cooled down enough in the back right now that it might not be terrible. But
you still would have been like a sweaty
mess. Yeah, it would have looked gross. Yeah, no matter how much. And then we're going to make a rum punch.
Because we can.
And the reason is this is a very savory dish. And we want to make sure that we are...
I want to talk about something before you start.
Okay.
So last night we went to our friend's house for a Midsummer's Eve dinner party.
Yes.
And our friend Lindsay, who is a landscape architect and has green thumbs times a million.
Yeah.
She made us this cocktail called, what's it called? Love and Idleness.
Yeah.
And it is inspired by a Shakespeare sonnet about Cupid shooting his arrow at the moon, but then a moonbeam deflects the arrow and the arrow falls down into a field of white flowers and turns them purple pansies. And so then you make this drink by making a tea from pansy flowers, right? So PT.
Yeah, which is basically, yeah. Yes.
And then you add simple syrup and white rum, right?
Yes.
So, but when you mix that together, it's very blue. And then you squeeze lemon into it, and the acidity makes it like this lovely purple color. And the more lime. Lemon. The more lemon you squeeze in, the pinker it gets. Anywho, it was delicious, and it totally, you could if you didn't know any of this, and you had your eyes shut, and you took a drink, you would say, this tastes like purple. Perfect. It totally was.
100%.
It was awesome. And I just think she should get credit for like researching a drink that goes with the theme of the evening and then making the tea and the whole 9 yards. And it was delish.
I agree. 100%. It was very
We
delightful.
should recognize it when people do
I
like
think,
amazing
yeah.
things like that.
And you know, we had a delicious like Greek-inspired chicken, which was really good. And so,
Maybe it is pea flowers. Yeah, because it was pea tea.
yes, pea flowers. Okay, so I'm going to turn this. I have this deep pink. I like it. It's not wok, but it is a nice. Where did we get this? I think we got it at a thrift store. Estate sale. A estate sale. That's right.
Who made it?
Catherine.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a very good one. I'm going to put this up to a medium-high heat. And I'm going to put 4 tablespoons, or 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil in here. And let that get hot. And then, once that's nice and hot, we'll add some garlic. And this is going, all we're doing with this is we're going to make basically fresh garlic infused onion, oil, not onions. That would be weird. And then we're going to make garlic basically fried rice. And it's literally white rice, this garlic oil, and ground salt and pepper. That's the base for it. So we want to start this because when there's some idle time on this, in which you want 2 to 3 minutes. While we're doing that, I have 8 ounces of a little bit more, but 8 ounces of shiitake mushrooms, and then I have 8 ounces of just like brown buttons that have already been this.
Did you do that or they did it?
I just bought it like that because this is going to take a substantial amount of time in terms of like, we're just going to rip them. We're not going to chop them.
Ooh.
So it's going to be, that's what it says to do. So it's just like, you know, basically like this a little bit. So you can, whoop.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is like chaos.
Yeah, it is. And so, that's right. So,
Do you want to hand some of those off and have us do it, or
no,
you
because
have
there's going to be
time?
time where we can talk about other stuff. But we had that delightful dinner. We had, what else did we do this week? Amy went back to work.
Boo!
So, it's been busy.
I did hang up a sign above my desk, though, that Andrea gave me that says class of 2030, because that's when I get to retire.
Yeah. Really good. I know. So this thing is warming up. I want to get this where this oil is going to be shimmering. And like I said, this is 12 cloves of garlic that's been minced. It's very, very pungent. The crushing of it releases the allicin that's in there, makes it very good for you.
Where did that word showed up yesterday? Pungent.
I don't remember.
I was like, it's not a word you hear every day.
I think, I had to have said it. That's a word that I would say.
It was in writing.
What?
I got to think about it. It'll come to me. It's a nice apron you have on.
It is a nice apron.
Garlic is the way to a Filipino's heart.
That is Elaine. Hi, Elaine. Welcome. So this is getting nice and warm.
Yeah, Andrea says she's been pointing to her sign all week, too.
Doing
It's
that.
2030. Don't ask me for anything
Again,
extra.
I have already cooked. This is probably more than 4 cups. But I wanted to make sure that I had enough to do it right. So we'll use this for other things, for sure.
When you cook rice in that thing, it smells so good.
Oh, and the
Yes, it like fills the house
Yeah,
with this
it's really
delicious, delicious smell. Just rice.
I cook a lot of stuff in it, but the rice it's the best. I feel like it cooks rice the best. I mean, I'm sure that if you know how to use a rice cooker or even in a pot, I'm sure you could do it just as good.
Oh, the Instapot.
Yes, but the Instapot, I find I know exactly what to do. You set it, you let it sit for, the pressure to come down at about 10 minutes, and every time you do that, the rice is perfect.
But you can't set it and forget it.
You cannot. That was never a thing you could do. Ron
Set
Popeil,
right on the box. Do
Yeah.
not set it and forget it.
Ron Popeil lied to us. Who would have thought an infomercial hawker of fine products would lie to us? But, what do you do?
Are you still waiting? You should be tearing more mushrooms.
I'm good. Well, believe me, there's plenty of wait time here. This is going to go in now. Yeah, it's going to smell real good. Now, the thing that's going to be crazy about this is that none of this garlic is going to remain in here.
But its soul will.
But its soul will definitely.
Or its essence.
Yep. Really, really smells quite delightful. Okay. So now I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. Again, I got it to medium high just to get the...
Wait, that person's name was Ron Popeil?
Popeil.
Popeil?
Yeah.
Ron Popeil. Popeil.
Yeah, Popeil. With a P.
I always thought it was Ronco Peel. Ronco space Peel.
No.
But his name was Ron Popeil.
Yeah. And
Is that the guy that killed himself?
No, that was Billy Mays.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so here's...
Whoa. Do you want your face mask?
I think I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I feel like...
I mean, it smells delicious, but probably not if you're getting a face.
Yeah, it's really...
Good thing you're not Dracula.
It's very pungent.
It is very pungent. Ron Popeil.
So we're doing like a 2 to 3 minutes in
Now
here.
I gotta lick this.
This part you gotta pay attention to.
Oh, I think Ronco was his company.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not totally crazy.
No, you're not. Woo!
Smells like if I walked into a restaurant and I smelled that, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm eating here.
It's like
Whatever you're making back there, bring it to me, please.
the restaurant, the stinking
Rose.
Yeah. So this.
But the stinking rose, it kind of smells like that, but also like damp. That's not a good
Well,
combination.
it is in the base, so
Yeah.
that's probably okay. So that's it. What's that? 2 minutes maybe.
Not even.
Good.
You got a lot of garlic on the back of that spoon.
I know.
Woo!
So I'm telling you.
That's kind of like when you accidentally mace yourself with
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Whew, that's a lot.
So I gotta get a finger here. Oh.
An over the head hood.
All of those things would help. Thank you very much, everyone. I should mention Amy's here, Denise is here as normal, and Paige is joining us for the first time in a while, which is always wonderful. So here we are. That's what's happening in the old...
Yeah, I feel you about the 5 over-the-air channels. I grew up in buttfuck Nevada, so I get it.
I don't know if... I think it's...
Yes.
Okay, whatever. I guess that's what we're doing.
I had to watch a lot of infomercials, too.
Yeah. So I'm just getting this out of the way because this is now browned up.
Well, now don't... You're, leaking it because you're putting that thing over the edge. Put it in the pan, man. You're just making a mess is what I'm saying. Hey! Let's do it again.
I'm good. I've got perfect spatial awareness. So we were talking before the show started, and then we looked behind us, and Blue had climbed between the 2 chairs and was sitting on the arms of that chair.
I'm going to zoom in on that. Can you turn it a bit so we can see better what you're doing? No, not really. Not without being in danger. You're doing great. I kind of like that the oil got another chance to go over the yumminess. Are you going to ditch that garlic?
We don't need it anymore.
But you could use it for like compound butter.
It's crunchy now.
It's all crunchy?
I mean,
It's fried.
it's fried. I am going to get as much of it out of here as possible. Because again, it's done its job for us.
All right. I don't want to let it go. It seems like
toast crisp.
I see. It feels like something like I don't know, garlicky dip of some kind.
Could be any of those things are
I'm gonna Google what to do with fried garlic. Oh, it is crispy though. You can hear it.
okay.
That little colander has a weird shape.
Sorry, I'm just making sure. So we got about 2.5. Whoops. Still gonna drip. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to happen.
What happened?
I just put some back in there.
Oh, you just made a little mistake.
I mean, sure. Happy little mistake. And as we know,
Oh, instant ramen. Ramen. There you go.
happy little mistakes.
I mean, people do stuff with crispy fried garlic.
Okay, well, I didn't get rid of it. So we all win. I'm just, oh, that is, yeah.
You can toss it in salads, snacks, and other home-cooked meals. They call it garlic chips.
Okay, sorry. This is we're in the timeline of events here.
The Thai condiment.
Blue is now staring at me like, hey, Dad, feed me. Okay, so now that that's done, put that back in there. And I need 4 cups of cooked rice, which I already have. So, that is a good sound. Means that the rice is, definitely being fried. Woo! It is. I'm really excited, but I'm also like, I don't know much. I think stress is just a general kind of state when I'm doing this show. Okay. So you're gonna you want to stir this so that this gets, as much of the rice gets coated in that garlic oil as possible. So a good mixer-roux here. Okay. So now, we need to cover as much surface area as possible, which is what I've got here. And this needs to sit for 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to do the 5. And then we're going to turn it. So, now, I'm just going to tear this. Again, like I said, we want to have different textures and this sauce wants to be able to stick to this. And I think if it was in slices, you'd get that, where it layers and they sort of stick together and that kind of stuff. You don't want that.
This also kind of gives them more of a meaty texture,
Yes,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's no meat in this, by the way, so
No, I know,
it's
yeah.
going to be a great,
But there is fried egg.
There is, but, if you're vegan,
You can
don't
skip
eat
it.
But if you're vegetarian and you eat eggs. So, I've got the other things that are going to go in here are rice vinegar, soy sauce, chicken stock.
Oh shoot, I'm still zoomed in.
Oh.
Gosh. Gosh, guys.
And butter. What else? Something else. Oh, brown sugar. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be so good. That's going to help really solidify the sauce. And then the butter will help with the emulsion of things. So, yeah.
So on the show, remind me, what did they say? What were some of the things that they said about it?
What you just talked about, like its savoriness, if I remember, and like
She just went to that place and she ordered.
yeah, and a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, right? And,
That's when Bear like basically stood her up.
yeah.
And it just looked real good.
Yeah. When it was, I mean, and this is again, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients for the without the rice, but with the sauce and stuff. So I mean, you hear that? Can you hear the rice?
Yeah.
Getting nice and crispy.
Do you make the sauce in there or in
No,
something
I
else?
have
Okay.
that you want to have 2 different. And again, I'm not being precise here. I'm just sort of.
You're kind of a weird guy.
How are you guys out there in the world? How's your week been? I know that if you are an employee or of college age, you probably are either prepping to go back or you're already been busy. And that's what's happening with us.
How's your work? Is it crazy?
Getting more crazy.
Next week for us,
And I'll
if
show
you,
up.
yeah, I was going to say
Next week is the first?
you and I, the Nevada Fit
Oh, okay.
starts next week. So all the incoming freshmen go through this program called Nevada Fit that helps them get acclimated with college and what, so they take some pre-courses and they get checked in to stuff. There's a lot of events sort of welcoming them to campus.
That's this coming week or the next week?
This coming week. And then the next week on the 25th is when
They start?
they start.
Oh, wow. I thought they usually started like a month after we did. Now it's only
Everybody
A
else
week?
comes back in on the following Monday. So the 19th is when they start,
Yeah.
the freshmen.
Yes.
Their program. And then the following week is when everybody
Yeah,
else
sorry. So that's the thing. This
Oh,
coming,
so now the freshmen start a week earlier than everyone else?
Yes.
but the faculty and staff should be coming back, I think, either this week or early next week.
Why? Why do
Because-
freshmen start earlier?
Because of that. They go through this program.
Oh, okay.
So.
I understand.
It's a new program, has a really high retention rate.
It does? It's working?
Oh, very well. Very well.
So, like, remember when I started and then they had the freshman forums? That was really good. That's
is-
how Andrea and I became
This is
friends.
very similar to that, these events that have come out. But again, like, we also have a program called the Digital Wolfpack Initiative, in which we give all incoming freshmen and transfer students a iPad, a keyboard, a pen, all of that kind of stuff to help them with their classes.
Oh, Ping had Hurricane Debbie blew past.
Oh my goodness.
Still a windy and bouncy day. Networks and phones bouncing, and a falling tree managed to break some fiber. A coworker of mine's in-laws live in upstate New York, and they had a tornado go down their street.
Wow. I wonder,
It did not affect their house. Well, it took out some trees, but it did not affect their home. But then I guess their street like dead ends into the little downtown area, and it did some damage there.
yeah, no defeat tonight.
That's
I wonder
crazy.
if she's affected by the storm.
Maybe.
Oh. So I'm just kind of turning it over a little bit, and I can, oh man. That smells ridiculous.
Going to be honest, most of us use the department for Netflix, I think. What department? What?
I don't know. Probably they're watching the DWPI stuff.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's funny.
Not department. DWPI
Yes.
iPads.
What's funny is that it's because unfortunately, and I've heard this from a number of professors and different people around campus, is that there's not been a huge one of the things they're disappointed
You don't really
about-
know what to do with them, do
They
they?
have not been, they are working on it. But out of the gate, there was not any real work to get them integrated with curriculum. And so like you would use this to do this for this program or do this and that. And so I know that there was a lot of difficulty getting the colleges in a lot of ways to adopt them into classroom work because of that. So I know that that's getting better, but I'm still hearing that it's a thing where it's really hard. And
Isn't it funny? So even the public school district, if you were going to have one-to-one technology, you had to go through training to get it.
I don't disagree with you.
Before they just handed it out to students.
But this is
But at the college level, we don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's good. The Nevada Fit actually teaches the students, which is like is a way of saying, but they don't get the professors.
Yeah,
the first
that's
year.
what you need to train is the teachers.
And again, I think one of my main criticisms of the program, and I think for digital equity and getting people technology into people into hands of people is great. As somebody who's been for 25 years on campus providing digital equity through computer labs, I think
Oh, he must see a bun out there.
there's something out there that he wants. But anyways, it's kind of a thing of they didn't do free training for stuff. They knew they were going to do it. It was, oh god! All right, let him go. There's something outside, and Jack really, really wants it in the bag. But it is a great thing. So he might have seen a mouse out there too, because there've been a few out there. But yeah, that he saw a mouse. So, which is fine.
He's going to go stick his nose in every single crevice.
And it's also limited. I don't think they can download just anything.
No. So we manage. So the way the programming is like you can get some stuff, but like we deliver through our department. My colleague Liam, he is in charge of management of Mac and iOS devices through a system called Jamf, and so that is great. We can provide the basic software that they want. If there's, you can also provide like digital books and some things like that too. Because if we pay for it, there's some free stuff. So it's again, I think the program is an interesting application of monies for technology, especially because it's only for Apple products and not something like a Microsoft Surface, which would give an option for students who've never really used an iPad before, but maybe have used a Microsoft Windows-based product like a regular computer or a laptop. And so that if I had one major complaint, I think it's just giving an option. And we have the ability to manage those things through the system that I run, so I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, so I've got these. I just want to make sure that there's no hard stuff in here. And so what I'm going to do is mix these together. Oh, mushroom down, or at least part of one. And I'm going to just throw these in here.
So these are your shiitake and your button?
Yeah, and I'm just going to mix them together so that when they go in. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to switch over to the saute pan and no oil. And I want to kind of mix these together because we're going to work in batches. And the reason we're not adding any oil to that pan is because what's going to happen is these are going to, and while we're working in small batches, is they're going to release a lot of liquid. And what you want, and one of the things that helps with the texture of this is they're going to get crispy. Now, I've not been very successful with this in the past. So I am hoping that, just through slow, deliberate work here, we'll be get there. But this is going to be paramount to getting that where we want it, because we want to be making sure that we're getting not just all of one type of mushroom at a time.
So are you switching the rice to the back and moving the other thing forward so we can see what you're doing?
So once this is done, you don't need to really yes.
The rice is done?
Yeah. So what this is doing is, as the recipe says, is you're going to do this process of turning it. We're going to check it. and we're gonna see, is it cooked the way we want it to be? And see how that, oh, this is a good shot. See that crispiness right there?
Yeah.
That's what kind of, we definitely want that. So I'm gonna turn this one more time. We're gonna go one more 5 minute here. Or we'll go 3 minutes this time. And then I will move this to the back, just put it on low.
Okay.
And then a small crest will form on the bottom and be good to go. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the university is doing some good things, and I'm glad that we can provide these things. I think it's been a boon for a lot of people, but a lot of people, as has been already previously, use it for watching Netflix or playing games or whatever. So some of that stuff can be,
Well, whatever. I mean,
I don't care.
use it for that end.
But you will say, one of the things that's been really nice to see is that some students, I hope that this has come through some of the class work, and what they've learned from that is, I gotta show you this. It's like a garlic cone.
Yeah, that's valuable stuff.
Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of it. All right.
Just been reading.
Okay,
It's
okay,
valuable.
okay.
Like it's good. That's flavor, Doug.
Yes, it is flavored. Okay. So, other than that, I mean, I've been just busy prepping for that. That's what we've been doing. But we've got, next weekend I've got a golf tournament.
And I see kids. I'm screening
Yeah,
in kinders.
That's right.
I have mostly Spanish speakers, but I have 2 kids who speak French Creole, and I have some kids coming from Afghanistan,
Beautiful.
and I don't have any newcomers from Ukraine, but I do have some kids enrolled who are from Ukraine.
Did you see the?
I have 7 different languages.
Oh, we can talk more about the Olympics because that has been also amazing this week again. So
I don't understand what happened. They DNA tested, supposedly. I don't know. Was that not true?
No.
They didn't do that?
No. She won the gold.
Yeah, she did.
Fair
And her opponent embraced her.
Of course they did.
Yes.
It's nobody else.
It's just all this other BS.
Yes, it's just that nonsense. Oh, I wanted to say, this is another clove of bunch of garlic that I made, a head of garlic. So
That you grew.
no, I made it out of clay.
I made it.
But I'm really excited because the first one I did, the cloves were small
Whoa,
size.
that's
These are
nice.
kind of nice. So
There's more garlic in this dish?
there's 6 more cloves of garlic.
I'm going out for good night.
Heck yeah, you are. You breathe all over people.
Yeah.
It's have to sit next to him. I've been dipped in garlic. I've been abused.
You could have you could drink have warm Coke too, just blow it right in your face.
I think I will.
Denise did that to me after eating at the Stinkin' Rose. And then she drank a warm Coke on our drive home to Reno and burped garlic and warm Coke. It was disgusting. And I kept going, oh my God, what is it? What are we driving through? What is happening?
Maybe you shouldn't be posting this online, because I am still single.
You're fine.
And she just laughed.
It's part of your charm, Denise.
It is. A big part.
I saw some of the Olympic breakdancing as well.
Okay, so I want to talk about this because apparently the person from Australia, she received 0 points.
What?
But it turns out somehow, I'm not sure, I don't, she was the only contestant.
Did you see the Australian breakdancer? She was the best.
No, she wasn't. She diminished it for the rest of the, but it just, there's a whole conversation that's happening about that because they're just like, she wasn't actually somebody who was a breakdancer.
So what happened?
So she went out there and did insane sort of some breakdance moves, but a lot of it was just like a lot of this like And then she did a move where she literally
Wait, do that again. Sorry, I wasn't looking. Oh, okay. Oh
and then
goodness.
she did a thing where she was on.
Why was she competing? They just told her do it?
No, I can't really tell you why.
Oh.
So this is I want this to be pretty hot when I put these mushrooms in, by the way.
This person says, my dog on the lawn 30 seconds after I finish bathing him.
Uh-huh.
It would be like us breakdancing.
That's exactly what it was. And so, like, one of the things that they're worried about is, like, if there's a whole history, apparently, about what her background is, and, like that this is not the first time she's trying to do things like this, and for whatever her own reasoning is. But they're worried it diminishes, like, breakdancing as a sport in the Olympics. And so, like, they're talking about, they started showing a lot. What I do like that it's doing is they're showing footage of actual, like, professional breakdancers or you know, that do it. So, yeah. Yeah. You can clip that, but I'm already out of breath, so I can't do it again. That's why I'm just shallowly breathing over here and not saying anything.
Oh, dear, I appear to have broken the YouTube mobile app. Oh.
Oh no.
Instagram has a whole bunch of videos of her dancing and commentary. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yeah. There was a Twitter post too about like it brought just a lot of information about it because people thought it was incredibly weird that.
But she's defending it, apparently, saying, like, I just go out there and do my thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it speaks to the judges and sometimes it doesn't and whatever. But they're saying that's not the form, you're not actually doing the form of dance that is the competition.
Exactly. There's a lot of that. So it's like, you know, because I don't know if you've ever watched breakdancing, it is incredibly athletic.
Yeah.
There are moves where I'm like, how are their necks not broken?
How are their necks not broken? How do they still have skin on their spines?
But I've also seen, like, I saw a guy
Or their
today
knees.
when I was and somebody posted in response on the article I was reading about this woman, was that this man had, I'm going to say it, he probably had like a 20-pack. His abs started down here and went up here. I swear to God. And it was unbelievable. I was like, that person is incredible.
And he was a competitor?
No, this was just like a competition. It wasn't an Olympic, you know.
Oh.
But, okay, so this is plenty hot. So now I'm going to add these, like I said, I'm going to add these like this much at a time. And we're just going to...
There's nothing in that pan.
0.
Okay.
And
you're just sweating these, basically?
I want them to get, as they say, when the mushrooms are browned, I want them to stay crisp, like crisp up a little bit.
This is going to take forever.
It is what it is.
Should you start another pan in the back?
No,
I feel like you should.
no, because this is at high temp. It's going to be fine. We get nothing. I'm going to make a cocktail real quick. And
I feel like you should start another pan.
I know what you do. I know. I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Because this is what we're doing.
I'm just trying to speed it up a little bit. Oh, sorry. Do you need anything else? You could have just asked me for that. I would have gone to get it.
It's cool. Let me wash my hands because I don't want garlic.
Oh, I love that idea. I love that for you. Chicken!
I really wish the heat would just stop. I'm over it being 98, 99, 100 degrees for what, over a month straight right now.
Don't complain, because as soon as you do, then it's going to get chilly willy.
I want it to be the end of September.
I just want it to be nice enough for me to enjoy all my new patio furniture.
And you haven't been able to because it's too damn hot.
It's too hot.
Too damn hot. Okay.
It's so hot that even like the lantana has just gone all purple. It doesn't even have the gradient of color anymore. Which, by the way, The hummingbirds love that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they go, it's like each little flower.
That's how many furniture you guys got, huh?
What's that?
Nice, new furniture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Complete and utter new furniture back there. All right, let's
Snow, my beloved. I like snow too, especially when it cancels school.
I mean, I've kind of had my fill of snow in my life, so.
My new school is so big, Paige.
Is it?
Yes. It is 150 steps from my room to the front office.
I didn't know that, but looking at the front of the school.
Yeah. No, it's big. It's a very, yeah, come over anytime.
So you can, I don't know if you can see this, but they're starting to sweat. That's what I was thinking, Denise, but it's not appropriate. Nope. Okay, so 2 ounces of very nice dark rum. That's always a great sound. That smells real good. I've become a real big fan of dark rum. So,
Or just rum in general.
yeah, but dark rum especially for me.
Where's that one from?
This is from Plantation Rum. It's from Barbados in Jamaica. And it's a product of Barbados, it says right here. Oh, speaking of the Caribbean and Jamaica specifically, is that I watched a video of a little girl, a little white girl. She moved. Her parents moved to Jamaica area in the Caribbean when she wasn't born yet. She's lived her entire life there. She has a Jamaican accent, and it was like when you like watch something that's been dubbed, because it's that's not what you expect, and her parents don't have that accent either, but it's just
But so she has like the lilt.
the whole like
Ah.
cadence, everything.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's great. I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. What
So you
else?
shouldn't judge a book by its cover,
That's exact-
because if people meet her, then
That's right.
what comes out of her mouth is going to shock them. Oh,
Okay.
did you shake that up?
I did earlier.
Oh,
Also, speaking of little girls having fun accents, Amy and I watched that video of those 2 little girls going off about the ice cream
the
man.
ice cream man. Have
There-
you seen that? Oh man, the one is so PO'd
She's
about
so mad.
this ice cream man who wants 9 quid
yes.
for an ice cream and only takes cards, and she's standing there with her cash.
Yeah.
And how dare this person try to sell this ice cream so expensive when the guy that comes to her street, it's like 1 or 2 quid. And she's so mad.
And she's so mad.
And at the end, she's like telling an adult this. And at the end, she goes, yeah, I hope he can hear me.
I bet he can hear me too. She's like,
Man,
she's like, and he only takes card, and I'm standing there with my cash out.
she is so funny how mad she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I have felt that. I understand what that is.
9 quid. What? Monica's trying to
He's
get.
not going to do anything.
He's not gonna
Bloody
get any
hell.
business. Yeah, she keeps saying bloody hell, which is my favorite thing of all time. So cute.
She is funny. Yeah, she's really giving it to him.
What else did you add to your punch there?
Yeah, oh, yeah, sorry. We were watching.
Lime juice, orange juice, and grenadine.
Lime, orange, grenadine, pineapple juice, and
Rum.
rum. Why is the rum always gone? Did you use any other rum we had before you opened the bottle?
No.
Oh. Cool.
Because the Pusser's rum is specifically for painkillers.
Oh, okay.
So, Yes, it is.
It's like a non-whipped, non-blended pina colada.
A painkiller?
Yeah.
It has a bunch of different kinds of rum in it. Whoa, that is full. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
You
good.
guys get those glasses, those are fabulous. And I got them from, where do you guys like? I don't remember that grocery store a long time ago.
Now, Lindsay last night said some place had these, some bar had these in town, but people kept stealing them. So now they don't have them anymore. But I was like, well, whoever sold them just donated them to the thrift store, and then I bought them.
Okay. There's a little bit left, so I'm just gonna.
Pretty good, my love. You know what would take it like over the top for me?
What?
Just a little bit of coconut cream.
Yeah? Do we have a squeeze of coconut cream?
I don't know. Are you making
Coconut
another
cream?
coconut cream?
Yeah.
Are you making some more?
I am. Do you want one of these?
Of course.
Okay.
Everybody wants.
Everybody wants
Science
one.
project over here.
Oh, we do have some.
That's just not right.
Really,
Yes, that is a tropical color, and it makes me very excited.
Oh, I guess I should have shook this up.
you know, it came in a squeeze bottle like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
In
like
the can.
the Coco Loco better.
In the can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I used to.
But whatever. When you're just getting a
I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just
Little
saying
squeeze
I
of-
like that one better.
That's amazing. I love that.
This okay. I wish that there was a pour spout here. Yeah.
yeah. That's perfect. Perfect.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking for another squeeze bottle. Don't mind me, I'm just in the basement, everyone. Do you know where the other big squeeze bottle
They
is?
would be under there if they weren't being used.
Okay. Whew. Oh. Don't worry, it's really busy down here, so I just have to pour it over the sink.
Between the breakdancing and looking for the squeeze bottle.
Yeah. Out of breath. That's what happens when you become 46 years old. Right? Burn my hand.
You burned your hand?
Yeah.
When you turn 50, like me, just watching you drink it.
So the half ounce of orange juice and lime juice, please. Or do that shit with your heart.
Yeah.
You done?
Oh yeah, I like it with the coconut. It's just a little richer. Not so thin.
Okay.
Has a little more body.
I'll poke you in your coconut, huh?
Lino says there's a follow-up video with a gal giving out ice cream.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah.
I think that little girl should be a spokesman for somebody because I wonder if I could find her contact information and be like, I need you to do something for me. I have a cookie show. I would really like you to shout it out. That's right.
Most hated ice cream man ever.
Can you pass, please?
Yes.
I knew this is why I was like, we have plenty of time. Because when this starts to come together, it's going to come together fairly quickly.
watching what you're doing.
I do like tropical drinks. I also think that it's funny when people discover that I really love bubblegum pop music, like of any kind. They're like, you like that? I'm like, I do a lot. So. There's a lot of good music out there. You should open yourself up to it.
There is a lot of good music out there. There's also a lot of bad music out there.
Yes, that is true.
So that's why I think I just stick to what I know, but then you don't learn anything new.
That's true.
Why is it that music is one of the only things that, seriously, like you can turn on any 80s music and I literally know every word.
Yes.
Every song.
So I've been
There's
thinking,
nothing else in my life that I know.
I think that there's a,
Doug put on 90s country today, and I could sing
Every-
word for word every single song.
I think because, so I mean, if you think about like popular music in general, like modern popular music, it's really only been like the poppy music that we know. The 80s probably was the big coalescing of the first time that there was a mass amount of it and mass marketing of it. MTV, just CDs and cassette tapes and all of that. And so like,
No, I disagree because from the birth of radio, that's when people had widespread access to music.
not birth of radio was a class thing. Not everybody had a radio in their house until, and not everybody had a TV.
But a lot more people.
I'm not saying that it didn't contribute to it. I'm just saying that I feel like when everybody in the 80s like had a TV of some sort, MTV, radio technology became incredibly cheap in the 80s. So you could have a radio and get whatever. So, and
Okay.
because the media that was being distributed, cassette tapes, records, and then CDs, mass marketed. So more people got like exposed to stuff. I think I don't disagree that I think like
I mean, I remember dancing around to the record of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It is a thing
Yeah.
that it's like so like that appeal.
But I also had, like, my parents, like, you know, like, 70s folk music
Yep.
is still, like, my most favorite genre.
And
because
It is really because I'm telling you, I've been thinking about it. It's just it's like a technology thing.
But I
right?
also think the reason you know because think of how many times you've heard that song.
Yeah.
It's repetition.
Well, and that's
If
why.
if you listen to the Declaration of Independence as many times as you listen to Jesse's Girl, you would know the Declaration of Independence as well,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Hey Z, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming.
But-
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why elementary school teachers try to set so many things to music, or like rhythms or chants or something like that. It's like get it in kids' brains.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like, I think like the other thing is popular music. Like the teenager after 1920, the teenager became a thing because agrarian society was diminishing and people were moving to cities, and so you had this gap in higher society where you had kids who were from the age of 12 to 19 who became after teenage, and that's when teeny boppers and the 50s with rock and roll and all that music, and then that's what we know in our era. All of those 50s songs, 60s and 70s, and our own popular music is because our parents had their own first popular music that they were exposed to, that they played for us. I'm telling you, I think I could probably write a whole dissertation on this, but
I think you could. I think it's interesting because also, you know, my mom with dementia,
yeah,
all of a sudden now, music is a thing for her.
mine,
She remembers it.
my mom was the same way.
And it's like, what is that?
So they did a study, and so I read this book. Oh, gosh, shoot. What's that book called? Happiness. I'll get it for us next week. Anywho, they did this study. So this study is quoted in this book. They did this study. They took these folks who are like bordering like dementia, just, aged, and put them in this home where everything was from like the 1960s.
Yep.
All the magazines, the TV shows, what the radio played, the style of dress, the style of decor, everything was from that
Hallways
era.
were decorated like suburbs with the streets like
And
that.
people and the participants in the study, the folks that lived there, their blood pressure dropped. Their need for all this medication went down. So the quality of life went up so much because they were just living like they had lived in that era of time.
Which they remembered the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it was like totally like mind over matter. Like they just put themselves back in this era that was, that they perceived as like happy and relaxed. And like I knew what was happening with my life. And and it made a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by music. Is one of the things. Again, you can have such a connection point to a moment in your life to a song and an emotion that brings out. I mean, it's why when people sometimes a song plays and people start to cry because it's like, I mean, I've been in situations where I'm like, oh, I'm 10 years old again, or I'm this, or I have a visceral memory that floods back because of it. So.
Yeah.
I know this is not a very good comparison, but when I watched that Bon Jovi documentary, I'm not kidding you. I don't know if I told you, but I was right back there in 19.
Yeah. Right?
I was just enamored, and it was like,
Yes.
all those feelings. And I'm like, gosh, I just didn't realize how much music has feelings attached to it. So,
Yeah.
so
And again, you're younger a lot of times when you're listening to a lot of music and because you have time to do so. I mean, I remember one of the things that, was, I think we discussed it, but it was like a thing that was weird because when you share a home with somebody that is not just two people who like listen to music and stuff, when Amy's mom was with us, we didn't play a lot of music out of respect for her watching TV and that kind of stuff. And we started doing that a lot more.
But we probably could have. We just didn't think about it like that.
Exactly. And so, like, it is a thing where it was like, oh, we used to listen to music every day. Like, we'd have something playing, or we'd listen to music when we were cooking. And there'll be a lot of times when Amy will be cooking, and you'll have music playing just to kind of keep you company or whatever. And same thing. I just, like, today, especially when I'm getting ready for this show, music is basically playing from 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon until
But when you
we
put
start.
that music on today, I was like, why is he listening to that? And then I was like, singing along to every song, and like
it was great.
my whole attitude lifted, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so fun. And Andrea says, like, that makes sense. 80s music makes me very happy, and I love musicals because of my mom. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a thing that is, I think I can think of like moments. My mom listened to music like that's what she.
Oh,
did.
yeah.
And it was not a thing of like. One time, she used to listen to, when we would go on road trips, I probably mentioned this, but we had cars that didn't have radios that worked very well sometimes. And so we would take a boombox with a battery powered. And if you sat in the middle of the back of the 1977 Lincoln Continental that your dad got, because it was a big enough car to haul all 6 or 7 of you around, depending if Eric was with us that day. And you got to be the one in the middle, and you got to hold the boombox while you did that. And it was like all of those Billboard top 1979, 1969, 1968, and we knew every single word to every one of those songs. We would drive, and then she would listen to that, and then she loved Richard Marx. like loved Richard Marx. She listened to Black Velvet by Alana Miles. With all of these things when she would clean,
Velvet,
she would vacuum and dance around and all this. And so like I hear those songs and the only thing I can think of is her.
Yeah.
But then one day, my sister and brother came home from school. I had been out. I think I was out of the house by then. And she was listening to the Real Slim Shady and dancing around and loving it too. And so like that moment proved to me like you don't have to be static in the music that you love.
No.
And so like I remember that story and it really made me like I need to listen because when I was in high school, I listened to some music that was my contemporary of that era of like grunge and some other stuff. But I listened to almost exclusively 70s like disco and pop and Creedence and 60s and stuff because that's what my parents listened to, or 80s.
Yeah.
And then I started listening. I was like, oh, there's a lot of good music out there. And so that's why I really like Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter and Charlie XCX and you know, these things that remind me of like pop music, like Madonna and stuff like that. Lady Gaga I love like.
Did you know, Paige, did you know Leslie and Neela Cole? The Coles? Their dad, Dale, he worked for Univar, and they lived in Battle Mountain. You didn't know them. Anyhow, they loved fucking Grease. So whenever I hear a Grease song, I think of them.
I listen. I like, that was the other thing. I like musicals when I was a kid.
I love musicals.
Like, I was so weird that I had I could tell you eclectic music, like, when I was a kid, and people were like, how the hell do you even know that song existed? It's because I listened to it. My mom and I used to watch a movie called Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, which was a musical. And that, like, is a visceral memory of being at my grandmother's house, watching it with the two of them, and, like, that, we connected that way.
Yeah. So this person on chat is talking about like ranges from Nat King Cole to J-pop to heavy metal. And I'm like, yeah, I remember the first time I was introduced to Nina Simone. I was like, this woman is like speaking to my soul. Like everything she's saying, yes.
Yeah.
And then like Andrew says, oh, a boombox. Amy and Denise love driving with mom and me when we started them with show tunes. But remember when Andrea and I and you and Lino, we were in wine country and we were like, what was it? It was one.
Spamalot.
Huh?
Spamalot?
No, it wasn't Spamalot. It was The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like,
I love that movie.
Andrea and I are like belting it out.
I love that movie.
Backseat.
Listen, I'll watch anything Hugh Jackman is in. He's an amazing performer, but that is just a fun movie.
I mean, that's part of it, right? Like, part of it is listening and, like, feeling that, but, like, sometimes part of it is, like, just getting to let it all out.
Well, yeah, and I listened to,
good.
that's why, like, today I went to go get this rum from the liquor store today, and they were playing Brooks and Dunn, you know? And I was like, I fucking love this song. So, like, as I left, it's like 3/4 of the way through, I get in my car, I put it on, and I listen to Boot and Scoot and Boogie all the way home, and I'm just like, woo! Let's do this!
See, it's like, it, like, takes you back, like, yeah.
But I'll tell you, we may have said this before, but on the radio, a number of years ago now, before we had, like, Sirius XM, we'd listened to, terrestrial radio, and they had, Amy's like, do you know that there's a 90s country station now? And I was like,
you told me that.
And she goes,
he goes, honey, there's a station now that only plays 90s country. And I said, I love 90s country. And he goes, everybody does.
It's true. Because I will tell you.
Playing the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, it is just a thing where you're like, again, I find music can bridge a gap. Because you instantly have a connection when you find somebody who likes a band that is a niche band that you love. I mean, I went and saw Jordan, my friend Jordan, we went and saw, there's a band called The Regrets. They are just kind of I don't even know, they're like teen punky. And we went to a show at the Holland Reno, which was like it's like an art place, but they also do shows there. And I'm not shitting you, we had to stand in the back with the dads. Because it would have been weird if we were in the middle of it all. But it was just funny because it's like, we love them. Like, their music is great. We've just connected with it, he and I. And then we go to this show, and it's, it's like a $15 show. And so we're just like paying our way in, and we like walk in, and we're like, I think we'll be in the back.
Okay, well, remember when we went up to Portland and we saw that, what was it?
Postmodern jukebox.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great too.
And we walk in there and I'm like, there are no fucking seats. What's this bullshit?
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I sit down when I listen to music now. I was like, oh man, this is going to suck. We have to stand the whole time. The show was great.
Yeah, it was great.
And I got over the standing the whole time. But I was like, no, standing the whole time is for young people.
Okay, so this is good.
Is it really cooking?
Yeah, there's brown bits on the bottom. I can see some, a little bit of it. But we've achieved what we wanted here. And so now we're going to add the garlic and mix that in.
Is it crispy? They're crispy?
Crispy enough.
Mm,
It is what we wanted. See how there's brown bits on the bottom?
no. Because that bottle's in the way. Also, the squeeze bottle. Okay, I'm going to zoom in now.
See, there's this brown bits on the bottom here.
No. What I'm saying is not enough.
No, it's fine.
Okay, we do see that now.
Yes. So that is what you want, because when we add this vinegar in, which is only a quarter.
I don't know who Sabaton is. You know that?
I don't know who
Anyways,
Sabaton
people
is.
liked it.
Yeah. Quarter cup.
I honestly thought you had to cook. I swear there was probably no way you could cook mushrooms without butter. I did never really.
That is a possibility?
I agree with you. I think it's a travesty. But, I think that there are plenty of recipes where I've read where you want them to get,
Sabaton. I have to look that up.
But it's the reason, like when we were going on these tours to New York City, that were planning tours and stuff, we would go with a group, and that we'd see 6 shows in a week.
Yeah.
And it was like you couldn't pay the money to go.
Are they from Reno? No, they're a Swedish power metal band.
An educational heavy metal with a focus on history. I mean, those are some words I didn't think I'd hear together. But
Probably Landon knows them,
I
yeah?
bet he does, because Landon is a real big heavy metal head.
Yeah.
He loves like Mastodon and Mastodon's.
Yeah, and I remember when he was like, I don't know, people think that's weird. I'm like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You can just like what you like. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a little weird when you don't know this and you live in the same house with him.
Yeah,
and
true.
You hear it coming out of his room and you're like,
You're like, oh my God, is he sacrificing a goat?
Suddenly Satan has moved into my other room.
Okay. So this is coming real fast. So we're gonna do.
Okay.
We have a quarter cup of rice wine vinegar, and we're gonna just get that in there, and that's
What do you think that's doing for us?
well, it's gonna help. It's gonna add a tang to it, and it's also going to any of the brown bits and stuff that are stuck to the bottom.
Deglaze.
It's gonna help deglaze it. Wow, it smells really good.
Even with the vinegar?
Yes, it smells really good. The vinegar adds like that really.
My broccoli beef recipe has you finish it with rice wine vinegar.
Really?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this is, we're going to let this thing sit. There's not a lot in there, so we're just going to let it kind of reduce a little bit. And then we need soy sauce, which is another quarter of a cup. And I need to open this. I need to have a drink of this cocktail.
Does Jackie think he sees something there? I swear, if he ever catches something, we're screwed. But
Yes, but
what's that?
this is homemade chicken stock.
You should have shook it before you took that off.
Well, I can still do it. Educational medal with a focus on history. I mean,
I need to listen to this.
okay.
Who's history?
Now
They're Swedish. That's what I read.
quarter cup of soy sauce.
The vinegar in traditional chicken adobo, the vinegar helps tenderize the chicken a little. Oh.
I think we're building, same sort of thing, but we're also building the flavors here, right?
Yeah.
Soy sauce.
It's like last night when we were talking about the yogurt soaked chicken. I was like, yeah, that helps tenderize it. Relax it.
I need
Brown
Yes.
sugar.
That's the part I'm interested. That's gonna be that's the sweetness I like. Sweetness, yes.
Sweetness.
Okay, so then once we do this, we've got a few things we've got. So this is 1 cup, and I'm just gonna do this is chicken stock.
Maybe do it over the thing instead of. No? Never mind. What do I know?
Doesn't go in quite yet.
Just the gal behind the screen.
Okay, and we need, how much of this do we need? Sorry, everybody. 3 tablespoons. Dark brown. Why do we use dark brown in this instance? It has more molasses in it, and you're gonna get more of a,
Yum yum.
oh yeah,
Well, I hear something happening in that pan.
yeah. It smells ridiculous. Okay, so now we're gonna add this 1 cup. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of this.
Somebody said there's a great place
Denise.
over here. Where?
By the sushi place.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really starting to come together. And I'm
Never
really
had
like
that.
the way it smells. I'm like super glad.
Zoom in. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Nope, it's fine. Don't worry.
Don't worry, everybody.
I figured it out. That looks awfully watery, though.
It's gonna need the sauce is going to reduce by half, and then we add in butter, which is going to emulsify and the sauce will come together.
Oh.
So, yes,
I love sauces.
it's the right color.
It's pretty.
It smells. Oh.
Dark and lovely.
And so that is master stock, I should say. And that master stock is, it's got a little bit of smokiness to it because it's got a little haylock in it. So that'll add a little flavor to it. But so just gonna let this kind of start to boil here shortly, which it should be any time now. Boil! Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't tell you how much I'm excited right now.
Are we waiting for something to happen?
It's just going to start to boil and reduce by half, and then I have to put the butter in. So now I'm going to, just turn this back on to low again. Maybe.
There you go.
When this goes, so it's starting to boil, so I'm gonna go on over here. And we're gonna fry some eggs.
Ah.
So we're gonna fry 4 eggs, and we're gonna have them be to what everybody wants their cookedness to, so. I'm just using this for the
I only like over hard.
I know, but
How do you like your fried eggs?
Same.
Over hard.
I don't like it really.
2
Okay.
over hard. So that's easier.
1 tablespoon of.
Denise, what do you like?
Mine super hard.
You want over hard too?
Yeah, cook it till it's killed.
Oh, well, that makes life easier for you, honey,
Okay.
because you can do 3 in 1. I'm saving those to mix painting.
I know this is compelling TV to watch my
It
back.
really is.
Sorry. Okay.
Only Doug likes over. You don't even like over easy. You like over medium.
Over easy is too much. I like a jammy egg. Okay, you see how this is boiling? Can you see that?
We sure will in a moment. Yeah, we do. Oh, I also saw Blue's head. Shame, I know your name.
So this should start to boil, and we're gonna watch that when it goes down. When it gets to about half, then we'll stir in this 2 tablespoons of butter that we have here, and that will mix in, and it's going to just, and we can add a little salt and pepper once we add that in as well. So I'm letting this get to shimmering. We'll add 3 eggs. We'll get them flipped and delightful.
I have a proposition.
Okay.
I think you can get rid of 50% of the utensils in the utensil jar.
No.
50%.
It's not. I think so.
No. They all have their place eventually.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cut these tips off of here, and then I'll cut these on a bias, and we'll add this as a garnish. Usually this thing is so hot, and now it's just like taking its time. Boop, boop, boop.
How's your compost bins doing?
Good. I had some lawn clippings the other day, and they really fired up. Probably could add a little bit more liquid to it, but do you guys, any of you out there in viewership land, compost? If not, you really should. It's really easy. I won't. I don't want to butcher that, so I won't try and pronounce that correctly. I just know that this is very fancy if you do it this way.
Fancy Lala.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. We don't have anything to do tomorrow, right?
I don't think so.
Yes. What a day.
I'm going to glue seashells into small things. That's my plan. Translation is just that it looks delicious. Whoa, there's a lot of... You can't just do them all at once?
I probably could, but
Yeah.
I don't like to.
Oh, okay.
Because then they get stuck together. I don't want that. Everybody needs to have their own individual egg.
I hard-boil my eggs until they like have that greeny gray thing because I don't like salmonella center.
Yes, this is a bone of contention.
It really is.
Who?
You should be on the TikTok.
I need, yeah, there are ways for me to live stream to TikTok as we do this as well. So I could look into that. The other thing is I do need to have, crab cakes Benedict. Yes, please. Oh my God. Yeah. I can make that.
That could be a breakfast side dish.
No, it's all. We've already established that breakfast foods.
Jumping the shark, people. Everything for breakfast is a side dish. If you hard boil the egg, at least blanch it so it doesn't turn gray. And gray is fine.
Yeah. Once I mix it into dip or a deviled egg.
Nobody cares. You just add some mustard to the dip and nobody will know that it turned gray.
Except that it is gray.
No, that's why you add the yellow mustard. Brings it back from the brink. Whatever. I just don't like that.
I know. I'm not. Whatever. You do you.
There are a lot of things from my youth that I've let go as far as hating on food, but that's not one of them.
Well, the fact that you will eat chicken thighs, which
And
is
beef, that's a little pink.
And beef, that's a little
oh
pink.
my god. I just had to make sure that I
And fish.
fish.
In general.
That's true. I had to make sure that I got a sous vide machine so that I can guarantee that it's been cooked to 135 degrees. So,
Yeah, well, okay.
One of my dad's memories of his house.
Uh-huh.
And us being together sometimes. For me, it's always the buffet. Buffet.
Yes.
But my dad's memory was interesting, and I remember this, that we used to
Barbecue for us all the time.
And I said, what do you even recall that? I can't even imagine Bruce standing over the grill with his little orange glasses.
Yeah, he did barbecue quite a bit. Yeah.
I remember that. My dad's like, yeah, I used to barbecue.
And Graham would make the pasta salad with the diced ham steak and diced cheese, celery.
anytime you want to come over, Ping, you're more than welcome. We have two guest rooms, so if you ever want to come to Reno, you'll have a place to stay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just gotta come nice to meet him eventually.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I even feel connected to
Listen, Ping gave me one of the best compliments ever when I was like, I don't really see myself as like a celebrity for this. He goes, I do. And I was like, well, that's so sweet. So this has got a little bit to go. But again, we're already 8:20.
We're way over.
So
we're
who
way
cares?
overbooked here.
Listen, good things require time.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how you would have sped it up. It,
I mean,
it just
and
is what it is.
Again, I think like they're firing these things in the restaurant.
At a way higher temperature.
No, I think they do it in batches. So like the mushrooms are ready to go, and then so they have a big batch of this kept warm, and then the rice and everything comes together in a plate. So yeah, I mean, look, that's what I've heard.
Denise has only seen the first couple episodes of season 1.
But if you give me spoilers, it's okay, because I try to figure out through the whole thing what's going on.
I know you do. There's never any surprises for Denise. I'm always surprised in shows. I just don't think about the end, I guess. Oh, wasn't that good? Aw, shoot.
They're wrapping up for a bigger event and next baby.
I really liked the episode in season 2 with Marcus and going for the pastry, and that was really
And Copenhagen?
yeah.
Get them all individualized.
It's really
Yeah.
beautiful.
You get to know the people more. Good.
But then that leads to you wanting that sort of same thing in season 3.
Yeah. I think it's hard to continue. You know, you're trying to make. I say this all the time. Media tends to try and take a story and stretch it as long as humanly possible, and we don't have these finite series of things in which, you know, at the end of it, there's only, 20 episodes of it, and there's something.
And there really is going to be an end.
That's
like,
it.
then it's done.
And so, like,
What did we recently watch? It was like, and now it's done. And it didn't stretch into any.
Yeah, that's why I brought up, and now I cannot think of what it was. We literally just watched it.
Bodkin.
Yeah, Bodkin on Netflix. It was very
was
good.
good.
It was very good.
But when it's done, it's done.
Mm-hmm. So,
I watched Brother.
Oh, yeah. I liked that.
Turned out good.
yeah, season 4 just dropped right now, right?
Yeah, but then I watched 5 a.m. Oh,
Wait, season 4 just dropped? There's a new season?
Yeah, it's the last season.
Oh, shoot. Oh, well, I haven't seen that.
No, it literally just dropped like today
Oh, okay.
or last night sometime.
Well, I saw it was on something. I was like, oh, but I already watched all that. I didn't know that I had not watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I'm sorry, I cannot remember their
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page, right. I think they I don't want to say dealt with because that sounds like a negative connotation, which that's not what I mean. But
They integrated it.
yes, thank you. Very well.
I agree. And it proves that you can do it.
Yeah.
In a non-intrusive
Right?
way. And
Yeah.
It respects the individual
And doesn't have to be like this big giant. Ooh.
yeah. And yeah. The world is a weird place about that stuff, and I don't understand.
That's like
why.
we were talking about at the literacy conference, the Science of Reading conference. Like the presenter, like the keynote speaker was talking about, we don't call them dialects anymore because that has a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
So we call them language variations, which I actually kind of like that. That, I don't know, it does sound more respectful and not so fringy, I guess. Just like, oh yeah, like we understand that things change, right, over time and in areas and that kind of thing. So, but then when I was doing my presentation, I had this sort that said, so we were sorting like slang and non-slang. Then I was like, oh no, like we just learned like it shouldn't say slang and non-slang. It should say like, I don't know, like we called it language variations and just like sort them into the language variations, which was fine and still did what I wanted it to do and sounded more. Yeah, and just like honored the fact that language differs and is always changing, I guess. Yeah.
Well, they just changed that. There's a new core set of rules for Dungeons and Dragons that's coming out soon, and that they changed it from races to species
Oh,
because it's it's technically more accurate.
yeah.
And there is the unfortunately, people always there's negative connotations to sort of that and hierarchical. No? Hierarchical.
In the hierarchy.
There you go.
There is a hierarchy.
Yeah, or for whatever, so it's like they wanted to be more accurate.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so Parker, get out of the kitchen, please. Sorry, I'm just cooking all of yours, and I'm going to throw mine in there. So
What's happening in this mushroom pot?
It's reducing, but it's got to reduce by half, and so it's doing.
How's it look?
I mean,
Oh,
a little bit, and then when I add in, I think it needs to go a little bit longer. But when I add in the butter, it's really going to, again, we'll mix it really well, and that's going
Blue,
to
get out of the
emulsify
kitchen.
things. And then we need plates so that we can make sure we plate this as we go. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is not a side dish. But I don't care. Like the rest of the world around us, this show is evolving into what we want it to be. And the spirit of things is we're cooking good food and we're going to focus on a lot of different things, but realistically, this is what we're doing. So,
Because there's no needed kind
I already told you everything that's in there.
what do you mean?
I thought you were looking at your phone.
No, I was looking here, making sure I had this right. And if we need more brown sugar or whatever, just to kind of get we can add that in there, but it's more of a,
What's that song?
what's that?
Red sugar.
By the Rolling Stones?
Yeah. Every time you say that, that's what I think of.
That comes to your mind.
Okay. Oops.
More about the side dishing.
Yes, that's exactly. So
Today was about the tea that we spilled.
exactly. That is, we're dishing. And it's funny because when, I will tell you, what's funny is that in the original connotation of the conversation of when we were discussing this with like when we went to with Chris and Rhea and those guys once, it was about like we do side dishes, but we also dish on the side.
Right.
Yeah. We talked
So-
about all this other stuff.
So again, that is the thing that we.
But you have not mentioned one word about politics.
Well, I mean, listen. Watching it's not really nice to beat somebody when they're down. And in this case,
I feel like it's acceptable,
And-
though. I mean, it's acceptable on their side, so fuck
yeah.
'em.
But I will say this: you get what you deserve.
Hell yeah.
And so, I'm very excited about the Democratic ticket. I hope everybody else is. I hope if you're not registered to vote, you should do that as soon as possible. Whoever you vote for. But realistically, if there's one side that wants to do terrible things and one side that just wants to do things that are good. So make your choice.
What is that gal's name who does the entomology books, who is also on that?
Mary Roach?
No, not Mary Roach.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, you do. She's on the game show, the British game show.
Oh, Susie Dent.
Susie Dent.
Okay. I think we're good.
Is it with a Z?
Susie?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Okay, that's definitely. So I'm just going to add these. I cut these down. This is 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to kind of add them to the different spots to let them come together.
Let politics have their world. This is ours.
That's right. But as I stated before, we're not politically neutral on this show.
No, we are not.
So,
Has been really fun to see the lighting of a fire, it feels like.
yeah. And again, this is, you can let this kind of do its thing. Now that's mixed in there. It is a little thicker, I think,
I'm in a Zoom.
when it comes down. So you can see
Oh,
like,
it has legs now.
yeah, I was going to say. And that's what you're kind of looking for. I'm going to let this kind of go down a little bit more just because I think saucing it. And if I add a little bit more brown sugar, I'm going to taste it here before we do anything. But I'm going to make.
You want some like yummy sauce to go in the soak down into the rice.
Yes, you do.
Right?
I agree with that. So
That looks pretty darn good to me.
I like, as much as I like oil, I'm going to make sure that I have butter on. Because I didn't want to pour more.
Did we have butter on our eggs?
Yes, a little bit. What is that?
Probably a hair.
Definitely a hair. Okay. So I'll start my egg real quick.
Where does the egg go in the whole plating process? Like on the bottom? On the
No,
side?
so yeah, we're going to start that plating process now. So
Yeah.
we're going to now take this. We're going to add the rice.
Shit, go on.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, you had an opinion there.
Felt like a bowl kind of meal, maybe.
It-
Be in a bowl.
Last time I checked, it was, when I checked on the picture showed it on a plate.
Oh. Well, are you making it for all of us?
No, there's enough rice in here for everybody to have on plate. 4 cups, 4 people.
Hi, Annie. Everyone's good.
Good. We are good. We're still here. So that tells you about how the show's going. We're actually good. We're doing very good. There's just this. I'm going to add, let's have a little, just a teeny taste of this to make sure. Holy shit.
Did you make something good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy for the win.
Holy
She said we should make this. I'm taking all the credit.
That is Spectacular. Okay, we're gonna kill the heat. Holy moly.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Poor Deefy.
Okay, so we're going to serve the mushroom adobo on top of the rice. We're gonna make sure that we get some sauce here. Whoops. That's not for you. Go away. And I feel like since you're all having fried eggs as it is, you can share this, have a bite. Each of you can have a bite of this.
Yeah.
And then I'll serve it up individually. And then place
And
the
some
fried egg on the top.
scallions.
Garnish with a little bit of the crispy fried.
Oh, hell. See? That's what I'm talking about. Crispy fried garlic. What? Yes, please do send more recipes Doug's way.
Yes, for sure. You can, if you can.
Any and all cultures
Yeah,
are
we want.
welcome.
Yes, for sure. I don't know about you.
Did you put that in front of here first? Look at that, you guys. It looks
Professional.
amazing.
You got it. I'm really excited.
It's real hot.
It is really hot, but I'm really excited about it.
Wow. Girls, do you even know what's happening here? I know that Tormund is going to try to whack it out of our hands. Is it hot?
It's gonna be warm, yes, but
I wish people could see this bite I made for myself because it's amazing. Oh, good. Wow. Wow, baby. That's amazing.
I'm glad. I'm really excited about making
I
it.
want this to be on our dinner rotation.
If you got 2 hours at night,
Fair.
So good.
how's the flavor profile? You think it's
So good. Everything is so good. Don't forget, I have to make 2 more.
There's plenty.
Yeah, I'm just a little
I
worried.
know you are, but there's plenty. Don't worry.
Is this your yucca one?
No, this is for.
No, honey, you should make yours because we had it.
It's fine. I'm giving the people their meals. It's fine. We're already into it. They're here. They're here to the end. Paige.
That's peaches, yeah. So good.
So
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm pretty excited.
That really is like so good.
I think like it's one of those things that it seems like it's a lot, and I mean it really kind of is a lot to make, but I mean making food that is really good.
Take some time.
You should take some time.
Can you make the mushrooms ahead of time?
You probably
I
could.
don't think, see why not?
Yeah. You're probably right. That's what they do in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine they couldn't. They can't any other way. So, what did we learn? Sometimes food takes a long time to make, but stick with it and you're going to be rewarded with something delightful. So, okay, I'll make mine real quick and then I'll have some and we'll sign off. Thank you for everybody staying. You know, I gotta think this is our longest episode.
Smells so good.
Even individually, the pieces are
So
This is amazing.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it overall. So. And it's perfectly portioned for 4 people. I mean, this is a recipe for 4. So if you're gonna have a bunch of people, you could, you know, make a bunch of this ahead of time, double up, whatever. And, you know. So you guys like that, huh?
Yes.
So good.
There you go.
So good.
It really is.
I wouldn't be mad if there was more sauce either.
It's funny that you say that because I was like, I probably could have given everybody a little bit more sauce, but.
They
Wow.
tell you to reduce it down. So it's almost
Wow.
So good.
It's funny, like, why didn't we ever know about this until now?
Right?
It takes a movie to show a TV show.
Holy shit.
To introduce us to this?
Sorry, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have one more bite of this, but then we'll sign off. But
So good.
those mushrooms might be one of the best things I've ever eaten. Oh man. Okay. Well, thank you for sticking around. We love you guys. Definitely should make this. You can look it up. It's the recipes on. If you look up Kasama, Kasama, Kasama's mushroom adobo recipe. It's on Eater. That's where I got the recipe from. And it's, again, a lot of the stuff you're probably already going to have in your kitchen. And if not, then you will have it to make it multiple times when you want to. So, do that. And make yourself a rum punch. Don't be a square. Have a good time. Next week, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I didn't know this was going to happen this week, so I know that we'll be here. I do have a golf tournament on that day, so who knows what the prep time will look like. So I might be phoning it in. Who knows? But remember that we want to see you there, and to like and subscribe this video and any other video out there. Like it if you haven't, and subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about us. We love you. We will see you next week. And remember to be kind, be loyal, do something nice for somebody next week. We love you very much, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.